Hello, YouTube. It is Zector back with another Rocket League replay analysis video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a team analysis on Dignitas. Not much to say. It's been a while. I hope you guys have been well. Let's get right into the replay. All right, getting into this replay. This is going to be Dignitas versus NIP. I have not watched this series. I haven't even watched any Dignitas since my Dignitas Vitality video, so we'll see what happens. I already like what Stizzy is doing in that situation. That's really good. We'll go ahead and look at this from Stizzy. But in this situation, this is a really good 50-50 situation, and where we know that there's an Oski that can come in and play on the ball here. But if Stizzy is able to get a beat here, it's going to allow Joryus to get out, get boost, come in, reposition. It's going to allow Appjack to also do similar things. So they're going to be able to really start an offensive here. It'll probably get pushed to the corner where Itachi is going to take the ball, play pacing in the corner or off of connector. And all of Dignitas is going to be able to really occupy that space because they're probably going to have a lot of resources by that time. So I like this initially. He doesn't end up getting it, which is okay. He's able to go for a challenge like this because he has teammates back. So even though this happened and it wasn't favorable for him, he's still going to be in a good position after this because we're going to have an Appjack that's going to come in. So it's not going to be a terrible position at the very least. They're going to be able to work out of it. So that's really good. I like that so far. Crazy touch by Oski. This is good. It's going to be out a Nas in this situation. If this gets, I think Appjack wanted to be even higher in this situation because we really need to beat Itachi. Nas is fucking irrelevant here. Like, what he's doing doesn't even matter. What we really need to get past is an Itachi so that we force Itachi to take a touch and have to take time here, which is going to allow Stizzy and or Appjack to come in and occupy that space. We also do have a Joryus that is able to push up and occupy space and have options. We can see Itachi is not able to fully turn in this situation. So he's going to have to take a lighter touch than usual, which is going to allow Appjack to really comfortably occupy the space. So because he set up that touch previous to that and it was really strong, really powerful, he wanted to be higher. That would have been more ideal, but it's going to allow him to set this up here. And we do have a Stizzy and a Joryus teammate. This is really well played. This might get past Oski in this situation. It does. That's really well played. I like that a lot. Just going back into this, immediately upon getting this, we can already tell Nas has a lot of momentum, and I'm sure Appjack can also tell something similar. So just simply going in this situation is always going to be good because he has a small pocket of space and Nas is being very obvious with his intentions here. So this is really well played. I like that a lot. Definitely how you should play that situation. Wouldn't really recommend playing it any differently than that. Definitely don't want to slow down there when we have that pocket of space. Definitely want to play the speed and keep the pressure up. So I like how that was played. That was good. This is pretty good off the kickoff. Don't really have any problems with this. I like the 50s that are coming out. Pretty good 50 by Joryus. Stizzy going to secure this boost. Appjack might not be able to go for this instant, but he could get some contact here. Oh, what? What just happened? Okay. No, this was really lazy by Itachi. That should have just never happened. Itachi could have played 50 in that situation. Itachi could have tried for beat in that situation. Maybe he doesn't want to risk the beat, but that doesn't mean you just sit there. Could have definitely played a 50 there. Would have been good. Pretty good touch by Appjack. Trying to get this contact on Oski. Isn't able to do so. He can go for that comfortably. Like, it's, definitely something that he can do in that situation. So I like that. Jory is immediately dodging that demo. I like this. We'll look from Joryus in this situation, able to secure that boost. That's going to be really good, reducing their boost economy. If Joryus can get a cut here after the situation, they're going to be able to really occupy that space because no one on NIP's going to be able to reasonably play in that area without the usage of that boost. So for the next 7 seconds or so, playing this area is going to be pretty good. I like that we avoided that right off rip. Really good shot. See, once again, Oski doesn't have any boost, right? And it's not necessarily completely because he took that, but that's definitely a contributing factor. And it'll be a contributing factor regardless of what situation you're in because it's just how it works. Like, the boost is not there, so you literally can't grab it. So you're not able to be as sustainable in that situation. If that is your defensive boost. Okay, so I was, as I was watching them over there, I can tell both of them played this really poorly. I think Jack played this poorly firstly. So let's look at this. So Jack went up, put himself in a good position with a lot of options, but he's literally, like, it looks like he was already just not going to go. Like, it looks like he was already not going to go even though he put himself here. But check this out, right? If Appjack would have just played that, like, position confidently here and, like, not turned and instead just anchored this point, which is what he was going for initially. So I'm unsure why he did this, but if he just would have anchored this, he could have literally went for the ball here. I'm not sure. Maybe he wanted to No, it just doesn't make sense. No, this is just the better option here, because you want to stop something here, because that's going to give Joryus more time to get boost. It's going to allow Stizzy to come in and play this more confidently. Definitely want to do that. Definitely want to do that here, but it's because he didn't. Now he's in this situation. He's still turning. This is bad. This is a bad turn, because this is going to confuse Stizzy here, right? Let's look at this from Stizzy. Okay, if Jack was going to do all of that, he should have just left. He should have just left it for Stizzy. He should have turned in towards the corner, right? Towards the backboard, towards connector in the situation, and just let Stizzy come through. But we can see Stizzy could easily come in and do something on the ball here, especially if Jack is occupying the space behind him. He's going to feel a lot more comfortable doing so. But because Jack is there, now Stizzy is also turning. And so now they're both turned. And so now Stizzy is in a shit position. Like, yeah, no. Appjack definitely could have anchored himself in that position, just stay confident. I don't know why he made it some predetermined thing, like he was going to put himself up there and just immediately go back. That doesn't make much sense in that situation, but you know, I like the position he put himself in initially. I just wish he played it more confidently. Okay, by Joryus, this is not bad. By Joryus, I like that. No problem there. We're going to have a teammate in Appjack over there, so this is going to end up pretty fine. No problems here. I like that touch by Appjack. This is going to allow him to really take advantage of the space that he has in the situation and the time he has. He can recognize this pocket of space here. He wants to play a little bit of pacing for his teammates. He wants to give good options for his teammates. This is played really well. I'm drawing everywhere. Holy shit. I like this a lot. That's okay. He wants to threaten Oski here, wants to kind of force him away here. Now, granted, Oski could have still gone regardless of this touch, but by App jumping like that, he also guarantees a 50 if Oski does go. Sometimes in the moment, in those situations, it's hard to really gauge how close Oski is or how close a player is without actively looking at them. So I like what he did here. Just played both. This is whatever. I mean, he's already allowed all of his teammates to come up by now. You can see Stizzy is going to have something favorable here over Itachi, and it's because of the time that Appjack took to set up a lot of these options for his teammates, to allow his teammates to occupy this space. You can tell Stizzy full boost, Joryus full boost, Appjack a lot of, you know, like these guys have a lot of boost to work with here. If they play their cards right, we could get something really good out of this situation. We're still going to have a player mid that's going to be able to play on this, and this all still stems from what Appjack did. Joryus playing time here. You know, this team's changed up some shit since the last time I've seen them, because they were not really playing like this before, I'll tell you that. But this is good. I like what Joryus is doing here. They're going to have a pretty sustained, like they might just be in a 50 war here for a second, but they're going to be sustainable up here for a good amount of time because they're playing stuff like that. I like that. That's well played immediately. Appjack not trying to be like super duper fast here, just playing a little bit of time. This is going to allow a Joryus to come in this situation. Gets a demo. You know, we can look at Joryus. Like I said, he's coming in this situation, able to get something here. Looks like a 50. Stizzy pushing the pace a little bit too fast. A little bit too fast. Like they really don't have any options in that corner immediately. So Stizzy playing it like that, it was kind of a waste of boost. He could have easily just zoned left wall. He could have just played more time, really. I like that Joryus didn't just immediately go in. He finds himself in a favorable position here because he occupied that space so well. He's able to get something here. I would have rather he jumped, but this is okay. Like we are going to have a player that can play on it, but it also is going to mean that Itachi could also potentially play on it as well, which Itachi ends up doing. And Appjack isn't able to get something clean there. So I would have recommended, you know, Joryus not just lazy drive into the ball. Definitely hit that jump. That would have allowed Appjack more options. It also would have allowed Joryus to have potentially further options on the ball, letting him be more sustainable. So that would have been really good. Let's keep looking. This is fine. I don't really disagree with this. I mean, Appjack has the turn to do so. He has the teammates back, so it's not incredibly risky. He's still going to be able to recover out of this in a pretty decent manner, so there's nothing wrong with this. Stizzy. Okay, let's look at this from Stizzy. So, okay, in this situation, it's okay that Stizzy jumps initially, right? But something really, really important here is we're going to have an Appjack coming back on left that's going to be completely uncovered. Like that's going to be a completely free lane. And we have a Joryus that is currently going up corner onto connector right now. And we can, yeah, so Stizzy continuing this is not good. I already know how this is going to play out. This is going to make Joryus really awkward. Stizzy is going to end up not getting the best 50 out of this because he's going to have to play this next, not Joryus, because Joryus is up wall. Appjack is going to be coming back with a full pocket of space that's not going to be taken advantage of because Stizzy does this. This is not good. All right, let's just play it out. The fruits of my labor. What did I say? What did I say? Okay, now, but check this, right? Where's Appjack right now? You may be asking. Like I said, he's in this position. Now, let's look at this from Appjack's POV. But this all comes out, right? Cool, whatever, okay? In this situation, we can immediately tell this outlet from Joryus to Appjack. Even if Appjack doesn't have a lot of boost, he's going to be actionable on the ball before any other player on Nip in this situation. He's going to be able to play pacing for his team. He's going to be able to secure boosts. It's going to allow Joryus to come up and get in position. It's going to allow Stizzy to recover and get boost and come back in, right? It's going to allow a lot. But because Stizzy continued this here, when there was no need to, we could have let a Joryus play it. I'll show it from Joryus' position, or POV as well. As you can tell, by this time, he's coming up corner, like I said earlier. You can tell just how, like, Joryus has to slow here because of what Stizzy is doing. Stizzy is preventing Joryus from getting something favorable here because he decides to keep going. This is unnecessary. Stizzy doesn't need to keep going for this. It wasn't threatening enough for him to play that cut. Initially, it was threatening because that could have been something backboard, in which case Joryus wasn't there in time, in which case, you know, therefore Stizzy going for it is okay, but following through was a bad idea. It is something I should clarify. He didn't need to follow through. He should have just disengaged, calmed out, let Joryus come through, play the ball. He would have been ground in that situation. He could have played better options. We could have had an Appjack out with the ball right now as an outlet. So we just missed out on a lot of stuff because of that. It's going to put them in an unideal situation initially here. Nas able to go for the ball. You can tell. See, this is all because of Stizzy, though. Like, granted, everyone else could have executed in different ways. But ultimately, the reason we're in this is because Stizzy just didn't want to disengage and let a teammate come through, which is so important. You can't miss this as a team. Like, you absolutely can't. You have to let your players come forward. You need to use each other as teammates on the field at all times. That is incredibly, incredibly important. I like how Appjack played that. That's well. He's just going to try and play 50 here, which is good. I like that. You know, he wasn't able to fully get the 50, but I like the idea that he's going for here. That was really well played. Joryus playing a little bit slow here, right? This is good. I like slow in this situation because he doesn't want to. Oh, okay. Turning there is gonna make him a little fucking awkward. Okay, so okay, he didn't need to turn. He literally could have just sat here the whole time and then jumped off and driven forward. So you don't want to do too much. Like, there's no need in doing more than you really need to. Okay, this is fine so far. I don't have a problem with this. There's not going to be able to anyone like immediately able to go for the ball on Nip here. So Stizzy's going to be able to come in and play the space. Stizzy jumps preemptively to prevent Nas from going. Now, I wouldn't surprise me if Nas just decided not to turn. Okay, well, it's because Stizzy's not. Okay, Stizzy executed that really weird in this situation. I like the preemptive jump. The preemptive jump, like right here, jumping is fine, but like, why are we faking? If he just would have continued going, like this could have been favorable. If we go ahead and look at this, we have an Appjack that's able to play that support option before an Oski. So he should have just went. I don't agree with playing time here. This is not a position to play time, especially when you have most of the other team like rotating right now. Like, this is a fast break. You don't want to be doing too much of this stuff. Now, you know, it's important to recognize when a fast break is no longer a fast break and then you can slow, but this is still a fast break and therefore he shouldn't have slowed. I would have agreed if he was disengaging because he could tell he just didn't have many options and he wanted to play that slow and kind of slow the pacing back down. So that he can have better offensive options for his team, but that's just not the case here. Absolutely not. Well, you know, we'll look like how. Okay, Appjack is already not getting something favorable here. He's yeah, no. So here's how I know. Okay, he put himself in a good position and he took himself out of it. This is a good position. There is a Oski lane right here behind him, and he has a Joryus with a lot of boost that's able to play behind him. So getting anywhere out of this position, like, he could have just slowed here, and you could tell if he would have slowed here, he would have been able to have an option. But let's say, you know, somebody's gonna be like, Zector, listen, you know, he's like, I don't even know what people are gonna say about that, honestly. Like, this is just so obviously right. Look at Joryus, right? Everyone see this? Okay, Appjack sitting in this position right now covers a lot, right? He's covering this hard option, even though Joryus could have initially played it, and then Joryus could have also initially played this. So it's like, but regardless, let's say that we're not even fully focused on Joryus. Let's just say that we know he's back. Just reading this situation, it's really important, right? And I'll tell you guys what I'm looking at. But it's like, Appjack can cover literally fucking everything that he needs to cover from right here. He covers the lane. He covers high option from Nas. He covers dribble from Nas. He covers flick from that. Like, there's literally so many things that he covers that there's no reason in pushing all the way like here when it's like, now he's not covering all those options. He's only covering one option, which leads him in this position, opens up this pocket of space. Now, you know, they should still be fine. Like, Joryus can still, yeah, or a Stizzy. Either one can still play on the ball. But now we're going to have one less player out, and we're going to be starting a lot later. Stizzy, yeah, Stizzy is 100% going to beat for that. Really good by Appjack. I like that. I like that he stopped. He might get demoed. Oh, okay. Well, he didn't get demoed, but he did get bumped a little bit. That's fine by Joryus. I like that. He should be able to play off that touch. He gets a little bit of contact from Oski, so maybe it's going to be a little awkward. Yeah, he ends up getting demoed. Stizzy. That's fine. We'll look at it from Stizzy here. Yeah. I mean, Stizzy's just playing an offensive option, and his teammate gets demoed. There's not much you can really do in that situation. Okay, this is fine. I like how Stizzy's playing this. Okay, yeah, this is fine. I mean, you can already immediately tell he probably wasn't gonna get any good option there. Probably heard the jump, probably a comm as well. He's gonna have a teammate, Joryus, able to come in this situation. Joryus leaving that. Okay, this is a bit odd. I'll look at this. Joryus has a lot of boost. Joryus has a very clear jump here. Joryus could easily get this touch, get it into corner, or even get this touch, play it high, play it off wall, play pacing, play 50s. By this time, he has an outlet, a Stizzy, pressed in, padding, Abjack, able to get out, maybe get like mid boost, come in, and he says, yeah, no, I actually just want to take that full boost. I don't really understand why he does this. This is just going to allow all of NIP to occupy space. He's not going to immediately have any option that he can play. Yeah, now, I mean, it's like, put Abjack in a word. Yeah, no, we're still yeah. So this all stems from Joryus just not going. I like, now granted, obviously everyone else in the situation could have played stuff differently, but this shouldn't even be back here, truthfully. This should have been like nipped a lot sooner. Sorry, that was awful. That was terrible. Don't unsubscribe from me, please. Okay, let's get back in there. But yeah, no, that could have been stopped. Like, I like that. That's a really good challenge. I really like that. That's gonna dissipate a lot. He's gonna have a teammate. He's gonna be able to play on it. Stizzy, really well played. I like that a lot. Stizzy just play 50 here. Really, really good. Abjack gonna be able to have options here. There is an Oski that could go. So we wanna keep in mind of that. That's fine. You know, I feel like, you know, I'll look at this from Abjack here. We'll see what's really cooking. Yeah, no, that's really threatening. It's just really threatening. Like, you really can't know what's gonna happen, so you can't just jump in there and do whatever the fuck you want. You kind of have to play a little bit of time here, which is good. I like that Abjack did this. This is okay. Pretty good. He might get something favorable here. Like, that's fine. He might also get a bump. Wasn't able to, but that's okay. Joryus, okay, this is pretty well played. Stizzy might get a good touch here. Yeah, I like that a lot. Oski not gonna be able to do much, so I like what Jack is doing. Even if this goes behind Abjack, Joryus gonna be able to play it. I like that a lot. Abjack gonna, oh, he wasn't able to get that really light touch there. Ends up getting value out of it though, which is really good. Joryus probably just play a little slow 50 here. It's gonna let his teammates come in, let Stizzy come in the situation. We can see now Stizzy is able to get in because Joryus did that 50. Really well played. Abjack is an outlet here. Oski could jump for that immediately if he wanted to, but he's probably gonna wait. Yeah. No, he could not. That was way far. My eyes deceived me. Hella there. Holy shit. I like this a lot. Joryus can do that very easily. Now why can Joryus do this? Because his whole team is in a great position. Like, he has a lot of time and a lot of space, and Itachi shouldn't be allowed to live. If you can go for looks like these for off-ball value, you should never let players live around you, okay? Like, ever. You should never let it happen. If you see someone that can die, they absolutely should, okay? You know, in Rocket League, I just don't yeah, anyways. See, he's really executing poorly, but I like these ideas. Like, conceptually, these are really good looks for value. Like, he's just not executing the best in them. Oh, yeah, I could already tell it's going to be a bit weird, but probably a comm that came out there. Really well played, or just, you know, they just noticed each other. That definitely could happen as well. Stizzy going to be able to play something favorable here. I like that light touch by Stizzy. Stizzy might get no, he's not even might. He should 100% get a clean beat on Oski here. Okay. Yeah, no, Stizzy just didn't play this the best in this situation. Definitely had the means to get past Oski here. I'm just gonna watch it real quick. I'm not gonna really look too much into it. Really unfortunate. I would say it's actually like a 90% chance, but could have definitely played that a little bit better, but it's still okay. Like, it's whatever. He still played it well, but definitely could have been a little bit better. Okay, Abjack getting in there. Abjack is getting in there. I like that. Really good 50s. That was the weirdest little jump I've ever seen. What the fuck? Oh, oh, oh. No, you can see the panic in Itachi immediately. That is so funny. Yeah, he manages to get out of that. That's a really good flag. We're not going over Nip though, but we will look at the challenge from Stizzy. And this is a very obvious spot for a player to just immediately flick, but it's okay. I mean, Stizzy is going to be able to recover pretty decently, and there is going to be a Joryus. Even if it gets past Joryus, Appjack can either play Bang or Time, so this will be cool. I mean, Appjack can still play Time. I don't like that challenge by now. He's getting beat there. Yeah, no, that was really not played well. I like this. Ooh, that should be goal. Yeah, really well played. I like that. Good usage of his teammate. Probably a comm that came out initially, but even then, you should know your teammate is back, and like you should know your teammate is here. This is really well played. Perfect. Boom. Boom. I like that a lot. That was played really well. You know, since the last time I saw this roster, they're playing a bit better now. They've made, you know, some good changes in their gameplay since the last time I saw them. But looks like a lot of other teams that I've been seeing have been making good changes. But, you know, I only really watch stuff for these videos nowadays. Let me stop yapping. I like all of this. Like, there's no problems here. You can play a touch over here. Yeah, okay. Well, now somebody on Dig is probably going to be able to do something with that. Yeah, I don't know who it was. Joryus. They were able to get something there. Okay, Joryus looking for this look on Itachi. This is a really good look. I like that. Yeah, Itachi's getting beat there. Ooh. Play this really fast. Yeah. I like that. That was played really well. The reason we play this fast instead of going for like some reset is because, once again, this is a reasonable fast break here. Like, if Joryus gets something super fast, then instead of Nas being able to control the ball, he instead just really has to jump for it immediately, which you can tell happens. Like, he's going to lose a lot of the control factor here, and he tries to do his best even in this situation to be able to control the ball, but you can tell it is not the ultimate. Okay, Appjack. Okay, let's look at this. Appjack could have literally, so it's like, if let's say Appjack just like sits back here because he notices Nas doesn't really have many options like that he can comfortably play here, or, you know, instead of that, Appjack can play all of his options here, and Appjack also has a Stizzy that can play a lot of options here, right? So let's just assume that Appjack sits back here. It's just incredibly, like, a lot easier for him. And I feel like a lot of people, once again, I've said this in a lot of my videos, a lot of people have this misconception of forcing it. Appjack is not forcing Nas to do a goddamn thing in this situation besides what he already has to do. But here's the thing. Even if Nas, like, let's say that Appjack would have waited in that position. Some people will be like, you know, but Zector, how is he going to force Nas? He doesn't have to, because he could actually have a direct play on him in that situation. So, like, let's say that Appjack is playing slow, right, like along this area, somewhere in this area, even if Nas decides to take a touchdown, let's say open sector, he's not forcing Nas to do the dodge at that point. Okay, well, you know, go ahead, let Nas go ahead and settle the ball here. Like, Appjack can still fucking challenge him. Go ahead, let Nas cut for the wall. Appjack could still challenge him, right? Like, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter what he does in this situation. He could still cover him. So, like, there's not even a need to force him in this situation, right? And then we can see this, and it's like, I mean, dude, and then Stizzy's getting beat, right? Because Stizzy, like, Appjack could have covered this, but he didn't. And then his teammate comes in to cover what he's not covering. And then it's just like, would you want your teammate to just, like, no, you would not want your teammate to do that. Because now Stizzy has to cover all this space here. And granted, Stizzy could have respected this more. But it's like, I feel like Appjack should have had to turn on the ball to begin with. Okay, this is a bit odd, but not terrible. Joey's just gonna play some time here. Yeah, this is good. I like how he's playing that. Really well played. You know, I will say Stizzy's definitely the weakest one on this team. Like, fundamentally, I just feel like Stizzy has his moments where he's good, but then he has his moments where it's like really, really questionable. Whereas I feel like Appjack and Joryus are just a lot more. But, you know, it's to be expected, I would say. It's to be expected that it's that way. But Stizzy, you know, Stizzy has some potential. Like, Stizzy has potential to be way better than he is now, and I really hope that he's able to get all of that potential. Yeah, no. See, Stizzy still has, like, just really bad challenges. I see like a lot of players that are just, it's just like, you just can't really go for that. Would have been way better, especially because like we want to keep our lead. Like we don't want to just be throwing our turn for no reason. Like he should only be jumping for that if it's going to be really threatening. If not, Stizzy just used a lot of his boost, and if we add variation, like maybe this ends up in Dig getting scored on in some situation, right? I mean, still look at that. If Appjack didn't, like, he doesn't have much boost, but if he wouldn't have jumped for something like that earlier, then he would have been in a significantly better position. Oh, the ball is still up. Okay, yeah, Joey said, hell no, we're done. We're done. We're not doing that. Okay, but yeah, no, I like a lot of what I'm seeing so far. Definitely a lot of things that could be better, but, you know, this was not a bad performance, I would say. Dig seems to be in pretty decent shape right now. Like, I definitely like, you know, a good amount of the things that they were doing, but if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, please comment, and please subscribe. I will see you in the next one.